Hi crafty friends, it's Tracie Hinds, aka Nanner BaNanner. In today's video, I'm dressing the Raggedy Ann and Andy journals, adding finishing details that give them their true personality and charm. We will be adding a closure and embellishments and finalizing any finishing touches that may be needed. Thank you for watching today's video, and don't forget to like and leave a comment letting me know what you think of the finishing touches. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is add a closure. I'm torn between using this bias tape or the orange, oh my gosh, the red yarn. And keep in mind, I've got these little paper clips to put in here to stick out. So we'll see what those look like sticking out, and then maybe decide that we want to do the yarn. I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided. But let me measure this and get the hole that I'm punching in with my crocodile big bite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 marked. Okay, so we're going to put a hole right there and a hole right here. Okay, do that. And I'm using the bigger hole for this. I think white will look good for an eyelet to be used. Right. So that's the right one. There it is. I need that one and the one that's there. Okay. This side. Let's see here. I almost feel like we should be using this versus the yarn. I really thought I wanted the yarn, but I'm just not sure. We might try it both ways and see which way we like it the best. I will see if I can even get the yarn in here. So typically I use a rule of thumb of the length of the journal times 2 for the closure when it's a one signature journal. And let's see if I can even get the yarn through there because it is kind of bulky. Well, I just don't know. The red matches the red of the ribbon better. That's for sure. So I do like that. Let me put the other side on and see what I think when it's tied up. All right. So there is the yarn. And then if I put our little paper clips in, let's see what I think of that. I'll be moving these around when I get in there and start putting in embellishments and stuff. I'm just sort of wanting to see what I think of. Just not sure. Don't know that I like it. I like that. I'm not sure about this one. And I'm not sure about the yarn ties either. I like the idea of it, but I'm going to try it with the bias tape and see which one I like better. And this is part of the process of finishing a journal and finalizing it, is seeing what you like, what works, what doesn't. You may have to move some things around. And again, a rule of thumb, if it's a single signature journal for me, is 2 times the length on my ties. Because this does match the background piece there. After I get these dressed, I figure Friday I'll do a video, if not Friday, definitely this weekend, of dressing the little golden book journals. Alright, so let's see what we think here. We open it up, and I've decided that's what I like better than the yarn. So the yarn is a no, the bias tape is a yes. Alright. And let's see some of the items I have to put in here. I have a shaker I can put in here, which is kind of cute for the cover, and then tuck a pocket in. That's an option. This would be an option for the front cover, but I think I'd rather have this in the back cover. So I think I'm going to make this the front cover. Alright, so let's get our glue out. And we will glue 3 sides. So this can be a pocket. Definitely like that. And we've got another pocket here that we can use. And then we've got the 2 pockets that are going to be in this part here, where we'll just be putting a tag in. Let's see. Ooh, that's going to have to actually go in a pocket because it is pretty wide, or it's going to have to go here, which is maybe what we will do. Okay. So let's cut this open. Okay. Stick that in there like so. I think this is a good page for there to be a paper clip on. And we need to get a in there. Stick this guy in there. There's that. Alright. So one thing I can see that I have already forgotten that I needed to make was clusters. So that'll be something after today's video. We'll do another video where I make clusters to cover up this part of the book. Again, these are what I call monthly journals. I don't sell them for very much at all, so they do not get as dressed or decorated as heavily as other journals. Right. Let's put this here. Like that. What else do I have here to put in the journal? Oh, I know something I've not put in yet. Okay, so we'll put in one of these here. And then on this back page, I definitely want to put this in. Right like that. So let me glue that down. This up with that, or if it's still going to need something more. Well, it's a good thought, but I think it's going to need a little something more than just that, because no one wants to see that in there. So that's definitely going to be clusters, I think. That's the way we'll plan on dealing with that. And decide where I want to put Alright, do I have one of everything? Not quite. So this is where we can put in a paper clip and hold this in place. Let's see how that does and how that looks. I really don't want that there. I want that up at the top if it's going to be in this. So let's try paper clipping that at the top. Actually, you know what? I just had an idea. Where's that page that has the writing on it that I do not like? There it is. I am going to glue this in as a tuck spot, and that'll stick up and look decorative. Let me do that. So I'm only gluing two sides across the top and the bottom. And we're going to lay that on here. Let that dry. Let's see what that looks like sticking up. Oh yeah, that's cute sticking up there. Perfect. Alright. Now then, I only need a cluster or something to put on one corner. Let me see if I can find that corner again. I think it's right here. Yep. Right, there it is. There it is. Alright. Let's see here. I can glue that on there. That's really cute. Let that dry. Stick a tag in there like so when it dries. Let that dry. So we've got a couple tags and a journal card here. Flip it. Journal card and a tag here. Got that glued there so it's a tuck spot, and I'm going to put this tag in here when it gets completely dry. And let's see what we have. Oh, we've got another one. Okay. Alrighty. So, what could I do? No bark, Luke. I know you hear that little dog barking, but we're not going to bark. Let's see if that works. My last video, Luke made his barking debut. Here's this. Alright, so I like this pretty good. I just need to maybe glue that one there. And that would take care of that one. Yeah, we'll do that. It's nice to have your embellishments already made up. That way you can just decorate the journals, and then if you do need to make some, it's not a bunch. It's just a few. Wouldn't be able to use that one. Really don't. When I used to glue, I was thinking that might look cute on there like that, tucked in. Okay. Let's do that. I don't like that. Oh, I know what I can put there. There is my little card that's folded. Let me grab that real quick. Here we go. I want to put one of these in there. And that might be the perfect spot for it to be tucked in. Let's take a look. Actually, a better spot might be here. And then I could tuck this in over here. Yep. Oh, no, I don't like that. Okay. What's that look like? I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I do have these that I cut out. And I think I'll do that. Okay. Alright guys, I think that's good. Let's do one more flip through. I think we'll call this one good. I might still add some beads here. I haven't decided on that yet. That'll be something I come back to do. So we've got our inside pocket. Our pocket here. Our little tuck spot. Another little tuck spot. We have a journal card. Our little corner topper. Tuck spot. Card and a journal spot. And another little tag here. All right, let me get that one closed up. And this is ready to put in my basket of stuff going to the craft fair. These are my #1 sellers, this size journal at that craft fair I go to in the fall. And then my plan is to put either buttons or some beads dangling down right here. That's the plan. All right, guys, don't forget to keep it cute, keep it crafty, and keep making something out of nothing. Bye.